Domestic violence didn't always have a name. For a long time, people just didn't talk about it. Many victims suffered in isolation, with nowhere to turn for help. With few resources available, women welcomed victims into their homes, where they gathered and provided support around their own kitchen tables. But it wasn't enough. After all, domestic violence doesn't affect just one person, or even just one family. It affects entire communities everywhere. By the late 1970s, there was a growing belief that domestic violence shouldn't be ignored. Something had to be done. With support from early activist groups, in 1984, Congress passed the Family Violence Prevention and Services Act, or FVPSA. For the first time in history, federal resources were dedicated specifically to expand and support domestic violence shelters, services, and programs. Congress also passed the Victims of Crimes Act in 1984, which provides support for victims of all crimes, and 10 years later, the Violence Against Women Act, which enhances legal responses and protections. But FVPSA is different. It supports community-driven solutions to domestic violence in partnership with FVPSA-funded programs like hotlines, to which victims often make their first calls for help, a network of local shelters for women, men, and children, domestic violence coalitions across the United States and its territories, which provide training and advocacy, coordinate community services, and lead public education, and a national domestic violence resource network to strengthen services and system supports through research, technical assistance, and policy implementation. FVPSA also funds domestic and dating violence prevention education for millions of people, including children and teens, to help nurture a healthier future. For over 30 years, FVPSA has pushed to ensure that services reach all survivors, including tribal and immigrant communities, people of color, people with disabilities, and LGBTQ communities. But the need is still great. Domestic violence affects more than 12 million people each year in the United States, and many incidents are never reported. We must continue to shed light on this issue and strengthen the safety net for all who need it. FVPSA plays a vital role in meeting victims' and survivors' needs, including greater access to domestic violence services and supports, safe, affordable housing for victims and their families, a stronger network response to domestic violence across the country, and more prevention education, so that we can build healthy and whole communities for 30 more years and beyond. Because there is still only one way to end domestic violence: by working together.